It's a very important day for millions of Americans because Congress has proposed new legislation that many of you guys will be happy with. I mean, most people will be receiving stimulus checks very soon, and it's great to see people get the stimulus payments they need because, let's just say, many people need it. US gas prices, for instance, are rising up again. Unfortunately, more prices are increasing at the pump, and according to AAA, gas prices are rising again on Wednesday. For the most part, the price increases have been slow, but that might be about to change. This month, the first direct deposits of gas rebate checks will start hitting bank accounts, with about 90% of eligible taxpayers receiving $100 by the end of October. According to our franchise tax board, the bill's framework has set 3 tiers of relief payments, with most ranging from $350 to $1,000. The majority of eligible Californians will receive under their first payment is around $350, and people can also receive double that. Hawaii taxpayers will also be receiving tax rebate checks over the next few weeks, and after a rebound in tourism fueled a jump in state tax revenue, the money will arrive either in your bank or a paper check in the mail. And Democratic representatives have also introduced Gas Rebate Acts of 2022. It would save you about $100 a month for stimulus payments. One representative said that Americans are feeling the impact of the crisis at the pump, and now we're doing something about this and helping people out. And I agree. People should be getting stimulus checks right now, everybody. If you agree, then be sure to continue watching because we get into more important information. Folks, do you think that President Biden can do all that it takes to send the fourth stimulus check? Tell me what you think in the comments below. We have a ton of good news about the fourth stimulus check, everybody. Social Security benefits, SSI, and SSDI. Continue watching this video because you definitely don't want to miss out on this. The Social Security Administration has released a new announcement on monthly benefit payments. Seniors and SSI beneficiaries can expect to receive a big benefit increase very soon. And now we have a very big update for all Social Security beneficiaries. An official with the SSA said seniors and others who rely on the benefits program are likely to receive a COLA, closer to 8% at the end of the year due to the current rate of inflation. That increase, everybody, would represent the biggest COLA since 1981. The average monthly Social Security check is about $1,700, which means beneficiaries could see an increase of $132 per month as early as 2023, bringing the average check to about $1,700. The agency's monthly Social Security check is around $1,700, which means beneficiaries could see an increase of $132 per month in early 2023. The 69 million Americans who collect Social Security get a 5.9% COLA increase in January. It was the biggest bump since 1982. But inflation has raced far ahead of that number this year, hitting 8.3% in April. CPIW is the inflation index for Social Security, and an expert said that a 3.8% COLA stems from the 2022 Trustees Report, which was released on last week and predicted that the program would boost benefits by 3.8% at the end of 2022. Economists think inflation will ease later this year as the Federal Reserve continues to raise interest rates to dampen demand from consumers and businesses. For now, it remains red hot. And the SSA bases its COLA adjustments on a basket of goods and services called the CPIW. The agency will make its official COLA announcement in October, basing that decision on the previous 3 months of inflation data.
As you know, President Biden recently wrote a Wall Street Journal op-ed that tackling inflation is the, quote, top economic priority. And I think that's a welcome development for the president to acknowledge that inflation's a problem. It wasn't that long ago that President Biden and his top economic officials were claiming the extraordinary increase in Americans' cost of living was merely transitory. I know you've responded to some questions on this subject already, but do you still view inflation, which remains near a 40-year high, as transitory, or do you expect an extended period of raised inflation?
Well, when I said that inflation would be transitory, what I was not anticipating was a scenario in which we would end up contending with multiple variants of COVID that would be scrambling our economy and global supply chains, and I was not envisioning impacts on food and energy prices we've seen from Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So, as Chair Powell indicated himself, both of us probably could have used a better term than transitory. There's no question that we have huge inflation pressures, that inflation is really our top economic problem at this point, and that it's critical that we address it. So I do expect inflation to remain high, although I very much hope that it will be coming down now.
And the president's budget on that point projects inflation at 4.7% for 2022, which seems to be an entirely unrealistic assumption given that inflation the first half this year has been well above that rate. Has the administration's 4.7% inflation assumption proved accurate for 2022, or should that number be revised higher?
Well, we're in the process of producing a new forecast for the mid-session review. The numbers aren't locked in, but it's likely to be higher.
Well, hopefully we won't have to wait long for that, right? I mean, when is that?
At this time, I'll ask Joe Pinion to say a few words.
Our choice for lieutenant governor is not here, and so I will say what she often will say. We have these gatherings far too often. Here we are again. You know, it's very easy to talk about the politics, but this should not be a political issue. At the end of the day, what led me to this podium, what led Lee Zeldin to this podium, what led Mike Lawler to this podium is a love for our community. Strip away all the titles. I'm just a boy from Yonkers, a place that's seen too many deaths, a place that's seen too much violence. Lee Zeldin's just a boy from Shirley, Long Island, a place that has seen too many rough patches, a place that knows that its better days are ahead of it if we get the leadership that it deserves. Mike Lawler, a man who just wants to do right for the people of Rockland County and all the surrounding counties and now Greater Westchester, to let people know that safety and security is our first obligation to the people that call this city home, to the people that call this nation home. We have leaders that are happy to give out the proclamations when the officers are killed, and yet gloss over the fact that they were the ones who endorsed the politicians who defunded our law. They don't want to talk about the defunding, but they'll call up their political aid real fast to find out which row they're going to be sitting in after the first speech or the second speech I gave when I announced for U.S. Senate, we're down with the Irish Echo Law Enforcement Gala, where the mayor has to run out of the room, where the police commissioner has to run out of the room because two of our youngest and bravest in Harlem were gunned down and killed. Because the three most dangerous words ever uttered in the history of my